Genesis chapter 1. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. And the earth was without form and void. And darkness was upon the face of the deep. And the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. And God said, "Let there be light." And there was light. God did this, guys. No Big Bang Theory. If you believe in a Big Bang Theory, you cannot believe in God. Unless you're going to be smart and say, God spoke and bang it was. I agree with that. And God saw the light that it was good. Let's pay attention to what God calls good, guys. Because here in the beginning of the Word of God, we learn a lot of things that are good and evil from the beginning. And then in the end of Revelations, which we're going to read Revelations, Lord willing, we'll do Ecclesiasticus next. And then Revelation. And then Micah. But when we get to Revelation, we're going to find out the things that deceive the whole world. We're also going to find that we live in a time where people call what God calls good evil. I hear it preached across the pulpit all the time. So while we're reading Genesis, the first chapter, let's see what God calls good. Let's see how many times we can notice God calls something good. And God saw the light, and it was good. I'm trying to sit here as straight as I can, leaning on my elbows. I'm going to get through this, guys. It's probably not going to be an hour. I apologize. And God called the light day, and the darkness he called night, and the evening and the morning were the first day. That is why the day begins at 6 p.m., which is 12 hours after the sunrise. And God said, "Let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters. And God made the firmament and divided the waters which are under the firmament from the waters which are above the firmament. And it was so." So there's a firmament above us. He doesn't give us much details about that firmament right now. But we know that between us and God is a firmament. And on the other side of that firmament is water. Does that sound like the way scientists tell you about the earth? That you live under a firmament that holds water above it? And God called the firmament heaven, and the evening and the morning were the second day. And God said, "Let the waters under the heaven be gathered together unto one place, and let the dry land appear." And it was so. So when it was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the earth, and the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters were over the whole thing. It's like a blank terrarium. He's building the ecosystem. And God called the dry land earth, and the gathering together of the waters called he seas. And God saw that it was good. And God said, "Let the earth bring forth grass, the herb yielding seed, the fruit tree yielding fruit after his kind, whose seed is in itself upon the earth." And it was so. And God brought forth grass and herb yielding seed after his kind, and tree yielding fruit, whose seed was in itself after his kind. And God saw that it was good. And the evening and the morning were the third day. And God said, "Let there be lights in the firmament to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and for years." So the lights in the sky are for signs and seasons, days and years, so we can tell what time it is without a calendar. All right, so he brought forth grass, the herb yielding seed, and the fruit tree yielding fruit after his kind, whose seed was in itself upon the earth, and it was so. And the earth brought forth grass, and herb yielding seed after his kind, and the tree yielding fruit, whose seed was in itself after his kind. And God saw that it was what? Good. And God said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven. Lights in the firmament, to divide the day from the night, and let there be for signs and for seasons and for days and for years. And let there be for lights in the firmament of the heaven, to give light upon the earth also. And it was so. Uh-oh. Something ain't right. 9. And let them bring forth lights in the firmament of the heaven, to give light upon the earth. Flip over to 10. Herb-bearing seed which is upon the face of the earth, and every tree in which the fruit is of the tree yielding seed. So it goes from verse 15 to verse 29. Oh no, never mind. I've been used to the Revised Standard Version being over here, and that's not how this is. So apparently it's just King James in this section. Continuing on, verse 16. And God made 2 great lights, the great light to rule. Sorry, I'm not paying attention exactly where I'm at on the screen, and my head's all up in here, and my back's hurting, I gotta lean over. And God made 2 great lights, the greater light to rule the day, the lesser light to rule the night. He made the stars also. And God set them in a firmament of heaven to give light upon the earth, and to rule over the day and over the night, and to divide the light from the darkness. And God saw, what? That it was good. And the evening and the morning were the 4th day. And God said, let the waters bring forth abundantly the moving creature that hath life, and fowl that may fly above the earth in the open firmament of heaven. And God created whales and every living creature that moveth, which the waters brought forth abundantly after their kind. God created all this stuff, not evolution. I'm going to talk about adaptation. God created things to adapt. Sorry. Oh, God. And God created great whales and every living creature that moveth, which the waters brought forth abundantly after their kind, and every winged fowl after every one, guys, every one. God saw that it was good. And God blessed them, saying, be fruitful and multiply, and fill the waters in the sea, and let the fowl multiply in the earth. So he told all the animals to multiply. And the evening and the morning were the 5th day. And God said, let the earth bring forth living creature after his kind, cattle, and creeping thing, and beast of the earth after his kind. And it was so. And God made the beast of the earth after his kind, and the cattle after their kind, and everything that creepeth upon the earth after his kind. And God saw that it was good. Again, everything he's making is good. And God said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. We have dominion given to us by God over every living creature. This is why I do not pay for fishing licenses. Verse 27. So God created man in his own image. In the image of God created he him, male and female created he them. And God blessed them. Now, God is about to say something to Adam and Eve. The first words spoken that have been recorded. that God said to Adam and Eve. Said unto them, be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth and subdue it. Replenish it. That's an interesting thing. Maybe this has been done before. Maybe God's had to destroy the earth before. Maybe he's had to wipe it clean with a flood before. It's all water. And then he told the water to move away from the earth. I'm just saying, there's the word replenish. God says replenish. So maybe there's a possibility of some ancient civilizations on this same earth. But after this timeline, we know that even if that was the case, which some people preach that that is the case, that there was 2 floods. I don't know about that. But if this is the case, it would make more sense that he's saying replenish the earth. And subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over every living thing that moveth upon the earth. And God said, so we got God said that. Now we got, and God said, behold, I have given you every what? We got to turn the page. Isn't that an interesting verse, though? I have given you every herb bearing seed, which is upon the face of all the earth. So that's not just in the garden. That's everything that God created, because he said to subdue the whole earth. Sorry, I need 2 of them right now. He said to subdue the whole earth. And he said that I've given you every herb bearing seed which is upon the face of all the earth, and every tree, and every tree in which is the fruit of tree yielding seed. To you it shall be for your meat. So the trees that bear fruit, that bring forth their same tree, that's food. Herbs that bring forth seed, that make the same herb, that's food. That's medicine. That's our sustenance. That's what was supposed to be going in our bodies, not a bunch of canned, preserved, garbage added, processed devil food. Cannabis is in there, folks. What do you know? It's my only medicine. Well, not only, but I only use stuff God made. And I don't always, but I'm trying to eat things God made. And that's getting harder and harder, because you don't know what's been modified. It might say it now on some stuff. And to every beast of the earth, and to every fowl of the air, and to everything that creepeth upon the earth, wherein there is life, I have given every green herb for meat, and it was so. So at that time, every beast of the earth ate greens, ate plants. And God saw everything that he made, and behold, it was very good. God made all the plants that people make terrible things out of. Heroin, for instance. It's made out of a coca plant. God made it. It's better for you than drinking an energy drink to just chew on some leaves. I'm not saying it tastes good. It kind of burns in your mouth. But it's also non-addictive. And it's natural. And God made it. But you concentrate it and filter it out with gasoline and do all this other stuff to it. And you end up mixing it with this and that. And then you got cocaine. And God never intended that. See? And God saw everything that he made, not everything man made, everything he made, and behold, it was good. So, do you say that cannabis is good or bad. Did you know that you can dose hemlock juice? It's the only way I've ever tried it. Didn't know exactly that's what it was when I did it, but turns out that's what it was. And it's a great muscle relaxer. It's a great pain reliever. Now, if you take too much of it, you're going to go to sleep and not wake up, because it slows your breathing down, slows your heart rate down. Romeo and Juliet style. You know, like, nobody knows you're not dead. And you might be dead. You might die if it stops. I found the limits of it on accident by just juicing what I thought was a bunch of greens in my backyard. So, but what I'm getting at is, you look online, that says toxic. And God saw everything that he made, and behold, it was very good. In the evening and the morning were the sixth day.